Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Y'all, if you watching this replay, that's why I'm welcoming you. Nobody actually on here with me yet, but I gotta share it. And y'all forgive me, yeah, I ain't got the world's most light in here. Yeah, see, I got to get some light in here. I'm gonna share this here. Y'all give me a second. Share this here video. We won't be too long tonight. Just wanted to pop in, chat with the Blessed Tribe, and answer some questions if there are any. I'm at practice tonight, so I don't have too long because I plan to get my son and I plan to get our food before he get out of practice, so I don't have to stop after practice. And y'all forgive me for this here lighting in here. And sometimes all these lights don't come on. Oh, okay, I got it on a little different. But hopefully we'll be all right. Oh, Esmeralda say she finna jump right on in here with a question. Now, Esmeralda. There we go. Okay, a little bit. Should I give my baby daddy a second chance if he comes back? If it's only a second chance, I believe in second chances. Now, when you get into the third and fourth and all of that, that's a little different. It's also a little different when you have a baby with somebody because nothing is ever gonna be perfect. So you got to take every case by the case, but it depends on what all he did. So whenever you're dealing with something like that, marriage, children type situation, then you need to be able to you need to have a session because it's never a one size fits all on stuff like that. Where's the moderator with your cash out? The moderators might not be in here yet or tonight just because I did this on a whim. So I didn't announce this earlier. So they might be tied up. Um, my cash app is my name. And the reason why I like to share that when y'all ask me is because there's so many scammers that you always see them in the comments. They might put two S's on the end of my name or two N in there. So if understand these are free chats. So you don't have to send a blessing or anything like that to ask a question. And I appreciate when y'all bless me, but that's not something that's required. But if you're gonna do it, it's just my name. And I got a one S on the end of my name. A lot of people think it's Gaskin. Um, Jasmine, God bless you. Thank you for joining. Let me see it. Poetic, God bless you. Joining the Blessed Tribe. When we get enough people in the Blessed Tribe, we'll be able to do us some Blessed Tribe retreats and stuff. We actually still got the retreat this year in Bali. I still been thinking about. I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. I should have picked Jamaica or something. I don't know why I picked Bali. Trying to be fancy. I'm regretting it now because after I seen the little monkey go off on the lady, there was a video, and the little monkey went to swinging on the lady at the monkey park in Bali. I said, "Oh Lord, this is not what I'm set up for." I listen. I be the I be done slung that monkey so far, and then all of them come attack me. I be done went over there. Lord be with me, cause this I do not want to have Planet of the Apes over there. So and my wife should get mad at me like I'm a punk if I say I don't want to do something like that. But I'm gonna show try to Lord willing she could come, and our sons don't have nothing too crazy going on, cause I'm a show try to talk myself out of it and just see if she'll go to the monkey part with y'all, because that is just not in my, this is not how the Lord built me. But I think the body is sold out, but people have to cancel and stuff because plans and stuff come up. Marilyn, God bless you now. Old Delson, welcome to the Blessed Tribe. If you have a question, put the hashtag Q in front of it. And so I can see it. I can't answer all questions. I don't know the answer, or I don't have an opinion on everything now. So y'all understand that. Had a dream that my guy, child's mother, popped up at his home while I was there. A few days later, his child's mother called him, charging him up about going on a date. We've been talking almost 7 months. Leave. Charging him up. Okay, your boyfriend, child's mother. It might be a little deeper than just leaving. So that's something you're going to have to talk to him about to see if he is over her or still dealing with her in that way. That's interesting. You had a dream about that. But that's an in-house conversation right there. And the reason why I'm kind of shifting, y'all remember it was some time back to where anything you say, I'm saying leave, stop putting up with it. But now, as I'm growing and I'm seeing this here, the state of our world, if we just walk away off of the wind blowing hard or the first sign of adversity, we'll be a world of singles. And so we're gonna have to start working something out, figuring something out, because the way the world going, it ain't looking good. Marlon Meets World, God bless you. Welcome to the Blessed Tribe now. I want to be a life coach, but don't know where to start. I am 22 years old. Where do you recommend starting? Jasmine, I recommend starting with a personal session to talk through that, just to make sure you're doing this for the right reason. You got to make sure you want to be a life coach for the right reason, because 22, you really haven't lived any life. You don't live life, but it's a whole lot more living to do. So you have to identify, who do you want to work with? Who do you want to help? Do you want to help 16-year-olds and, young teenage girls and have their mother hire you as like a mentor? Or do you want to work with adults, young adults? So it's some self-discovery before you just jump out there. I think a lot of times people look at it and it look good. It look cool. It look purposeful. It look like all of that there, but some work got to be done. Some work got to be done. You got to make sure that, you're in the right place. Somebody just sent me a blessing. God bless you now. God bless you. It rang to my phone. Hey, God bless you. She say Miss Chippy. God bless you. Make sure y'all put hashtag Q in there. Truth Seeker. God bless you. God bless you. We definitely gonna be praying for you now. We definitely gonna be praying for you. Jasmine, I almost missed your question right there. Y'all remember to put that hashtag Q in front of your question. Tony, based on your experience coaching married couples, what are your thoughts on couples that were once married remarrying? I have not seen that many times, maybe once or twice. And one lady that I met, she wrote a whole book about it, marrying her ex. And so in some situations, it really depends on the man a lot of times. And it could be the woman, but meaning if one of the individuals is what y'all like to talk about all the time, the narcissist, if one of the individuals is one of those, then it doesn't work. Because a lot of times people come back they want revenge, they want power, they don't want anybody else to have you, and it's not genuine. So it literally, you have to know the person. You got to know the person, and you got to be able to take time. So if you're going to get back with somebody you were married to, you can't just pick up where you left off. You got to start all over. Premarital counseling, um, all of that. You got to start all over. They just throw Jasmine up there. Now, I ain't put Jasmine question up there. I must have skimmed over it. Now that you are older and look back, what is something you wish you would have done in your early 20s? Mm, well, I wrote my first book at 22, so I kind of got right to it in my 20s. And I think it's important to just have a natural process. You hear you learning and you growing. And so to be that young, a lot of the people on here in their 30s, 40s, there's some people in their 50s and 60s. You here at 22 learning. So you on a good trajectory. One of the things that I would say to everybody that's 25 and under is don't be so hard on yourself. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Spend less time watching social media and being on social media, and spend more time posting on social media if you want to build a brand. So open your social media, post a quote or post a reel or post a video, and then close your social media and stay off of social media. Because with y'all young folks, what y'all are doing is y'all comparing your life and you comparing your process. And what you got to realize is a lot of people today living off of a PPP check. A lot of people today living off of a EIDL check. A lot of people living off of an unemployment check. A lot of people are scamming. A lot of people are doing all kind of fraud, and that's how they living. And so you can't get caught up on social media comparing. And what you got to do instead is just focus on you, focus on your grind, focus on your work. Stop looking left, stop looking right, and just lock in. And I wish I would have, just locked in sooner and knew uh EIDL, that's the economic something disaster loan from the SBA. They've been trying to call me. I'm like, oh Lord, now somebody got a loan in my name. What y'all talking about? He love God bless you. I say, boy. Look here. Brandon, God bless you. I talked to a guy for a while. Then they pull away and say they are not ready for a relationship. Could it be something I'm doing wrong? It's happened a few times. Well, Brandy, it could be something you're doing wrong. Yes, it could. But at the same time, it also could be just he going back to his ex. It's not a lot of genuinely 100%. It's a lot, but not all that common of a man who is 100% single. That's not as common as a man who has a little something from his past going on. So it's just like these questions I answered earlier. Somebody asking about going back to their ex-husband. Somebody asking about when their baby daddy come back. So most often a man has something with an ex or that he trying to get over. He has a little something, and just having a man that's fully, completely, 100%, no strings attached nowhere, that's a much more rare. So sometimes it has nothing to do with you because he just going back to that soul tie. And so you got to be mindful of that. I'm looking for the question, so y'all got to forgive me. Guy, a cool, God bless you now. Let me see what. V Love, God bless you now for that blessing. Guy 6 years older than me told me he liked me, went on a date one, and he insisted to visit him. Shouted at me once on the phone and told him not to do that again. To meet next day, he never called again. Yeah, situations like that, that's when you go on about your business. When it's red flags that early, first date, go on about your business. Go on about your business. Yes, thank you. I started a spiritual Instagram page and want to grow my YouTube. You have inspired me to not only start my YouTube, but to know my worth as a woman. God bless you. You're on the right path. Keep going. Left the relationship because of cheating. He came back and went 4 coaching sessions. I could not trust, had to block him. He called my mom to get back together 3 months later. You did the right thing. When you leave over cheating and then you still can't trust, then you did the right thing. Do you offer mentorship to help others get started with life coaching? I feel I want to be a spiritual coach for a woman to develop their faith and trust in God. I have a life coaching training on TonyGassinsAcademy.com. You should see that on the screen. I got a training on there that trains you about the business and the branding of coaching. And then I do one-on-one sessions right now. I don't mentor in the sense of I mentor some guys, but I don't mentor. I mentor, but it's a business transaction. If I say that right, I don't mentor women because to me, mentor the sense of it is it's unpaid. So I have certain young men that have approached me and they doing something in their life and things like that. But I do one-on-one sessions in certain seasons. This is one of those seasons because we're in the first quarter. So it's important for a lot of people to get their year started off right. So just email in to support@TonyGaskins.com. I don't know how many sessions open this month or next. Thinking of starting a YouTube channel about being a corporate imp. I'm guessing that means employee and self-employed coach, living abstinently, caretaking for mother, staying social, and improving myself. Would that be interesting? Anything will be interesting. Anything will be interesting, but it's not easy. So just understand that. You know, this algorithm is tricky. You never know what YouTube is doing. So, but anything is interesting because we love reality. We love real. What are the signs mom is in love with her son? Well, every mama in love with their son, Esmeralda. So that's just something you're gonna have to deal with. All of them in love with their son now. That's just how that go. Crystal, God bless you. Welcome. Now, some moms are overbearing and they overstep their boundaries. And so when a man put his mama before you in the sense of she's not disabled, she's not needy, and he got to go to her and check with her about everything he does in his life and things he does in his household and all of those type of things, that's when it get out of the way. Like I don't ask my mama for no opinions about my household. As a grown man, I don't ask my mama, and she knows. She always tell me. She remind me. She said, "Boy, you sure take that scripture about a husband cleaving to his wife and forsaking his mother and father real serious." And I say, I just have to focus on my wife and my family. Like this my responsibility. Everything outside of that could come second, but this my responsibility. But some men do have an unhealthy relationship with their mama. But it's blatant. It's not like a spelled out sign because it's gonna be different. So you got to trust your intuition. Is there any advice you would give to someone just starting their YouTube channel? Y'all serious about that now? Be consistent. That's one thing I'll say. Be consistent. The way any network works is you are a partner of that network. So if you're not posting every day or every other day, then the algorithm does not get to know your channel. It doesn't get to know your page because you're not a partner. You just kind of casual. So you got to look at it like a relationship. If somebody call you once a week, y'all aren't partners. Y'all aren't in a relationship. But if somebody calling you every day, now y'all in a relationship, y'all in a friendship or partnership, you're gonna support them, they're gonna support you. So it's us who make the network a network. And so without us, the network is nothing. So if you give the network your time and your energy and your presence, then it's gonna make sure that you are rewarded for that, because they know they can't eat without us. Okay, that got cut off there. Brienne. Finish the rest of that there, Brienne. Crystal, you forgot your hashtag Q, but I seen it. Been dating a guy. It's like I get on here and my phone want to go crazy. Been dating a guy 4 months. His actions show that he is interested. We go on dates, talk every day, etc. He keeps his word, but how long is too long to date someone before you should move on? You shouldn't move on unless you got a reason to move on. And in this day and age, you need about 6 months. Yeah, I used to say 3 months, but just with the induction of so many more dating apps and so many more things out there, um, Crystal, God bless you now. God bless you. And for that blessing that you sent on there. So you need about 6 months, unless you see something that's worth leaving before then. Hey Tony, are you doing another album? I literally listened to the first one for the whole summer to the point I know all the words. Look at you. Tomorrow, and for those of y'all didn't know, I got a spoken word album called Greatness on iTunes, where I'm just on there talking, reading some poems I wrote, really. And yeah, I'm thinking about it. I just met a poet. She been following me for a while, but we thinking about collaborating and doing like some little back and forth type things. But in the lane what you talking about, I do need to get back in there. I've been planning and meaning to get back in there, but I just got to feel it in my spirit. Sorry, my messages got cut off. SMH, but he came back after 3 months. Spoke to my mom to get back after cheating. We were good until it got cut off again. Are you going to continue the series you produce? I used to wait for them to drop every Wednesday. I do want to. But right now we're in a recession. So being in that recession, it's a lot of people struggling to pay their bills. So when I created that, I did that out of my pocket, and that was out of excess. So we're not in that situation right now. So when you independent like myself, that cost me about $20,000. So when you think about it, it's like $20,000 for anybody. That's a lot of money, and they don't really make any money because it's on YouTube. So for whatever reason, YouTube does not really show scripted and produced stuff love like they do this non-scripted stuff. So just have to wait on the timing and the season. Now, if one of y'all want to executive produce it, then I'll produce it. If y'all want to executive produce it, meaning put up the money for it, I'll produce it, get the actors and get all that, and we add on here and get the message out there. But just me right now out my own pocket, I ain't able to do it. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul right now. So y'all got to forgive me. Hi, Tony. Why do so many men expect women to take the lead these days? Where are the masculine men who still know how to treat women? It's a trickle down effect, and that's a really, really big question. And it's a lot of factors that go into it. But I'll be honest with you. One of the largest factors is single mothers and moms marrying their son. And it's a lot of moms that marry their son, and that's because of dads walking out of the relationship or dads disrespecting and dogging out the mama. So it's a trickle down effect. So when the man is lost and the man is broken and the man is immature and the man doesn't grow, now this right here is sermon, so we're gonna stay right here for a little bit. It might be the end. She might have just closed out the Q&A. When the man does not grow, then he does not know how to lead. He does not know how to be a man for his woman and his child. So the man gets the woman pregnant and then he disappears. And then when that man disappears, now this woman is left broken and hurting. and she lost. And a lot of women then make their children their everything, and they subconsciously almost create a romantic relationship with their child without intercourse involved, but love making is in the mind. And so now a lot of young men who are raised in a fatherless home, their mom makes him her king, and she just wants a man because she wanted love from his father, and his father did not give her that love. And he didn't give her that love because he was lost, hurt, and broken, confused, trauma ridden, all of his excuses. And so he does that. Then it's the kick the cat syndrome. The man lose his mind, go off on the woman lose her, go off on the son lose his, go kick the cat. But it just looks a little different on this other side of it. So I see so many moms who are living through their son and not realizing that that son got to grow up and be a husband one day. But because she doesn't have a man to give her energy to, and because a woman was not created to be alone, she was literally created to be the helpmeet to a man. When she cannot help a man, then she starts helping a boy. And that boy is her son. And in helping her son, she now, a lot of moms cripple their sons because, and that's why I have to, even being in the home, I have to talk to my wife and I have to tell her, like, listen, don't do everything for them. Let them, teach them how to do it and let them do it. So me being a man, I see it totally different. And that's the problem with single parent homes sometimes, is not having that other side. You don't really know. So when I go up to my son and he say, Dad, can you open this ketchup? I said, son, let me show you how to do this here. And I show him how to open it. And then I get the next pack and I say, all right, now you do it. Now he know how to open the ketchup packet. Dad, can you tie my shoes? Show him how to tie the shoes. Okay, now you try it. Now he learning how to tie his shoes. Whereas with moms, a lot of times, make the breakfast, make the lunch, make the dinner, wash the clothes, clean the room, wash the face, wash the body, do every little thing. The boy irresponsible, the boy not doing this, the boy not doing that. And I tell my wife all the time, like, listen, if he get up and he don't do what he's supposed to do and he forget his book and you done took him to school 40 minutes, don't go back and get that book. Let him learn from natural consequence. But as a mom, she gonna go get it. Me, I said, hey son, I'm finna get off. I got to go unlock the office. Got a man coming by the office. So if you trying to go home, let's go. So I get up, I'm going to the car. He's standing there and he just standing there looking around. I look back, he just standing there looking around like he ain't have no sense of urgency. He wasn't paying attention. So I left him. He called me, Daddy, you gone? I was like, yeah, I'm gone. So I told you I was leaving. He was like, oh, I thought you was going to get my chair. I'm like, you 15 years old. What made you think I'm finna carry your chair? Like, you got that kind of sense of entitlement? You think I'm finna, is your arm broke? Like, what's wrong with you, boy? I said, I'm gone. You got to stay at the game now with your mama. Because he was tired because we had ran a 5K that morning and we went to Tatum game. And see, that's what I mean, like them life lessons. That's what men got to learn. So today, what we have is a lot of adult men who were coddled growing up. They were coddled by their mama. And then sometimes it's the flip side. Sometimes, but I really don't see the flip side as much. But they was coddled by their mama, and they mama made love to their mind, and they was used to being babied and catered to. So then they want a woman to come in and basically be a mom that he can sleep with. So the mom, this strong single mother, she a strong independent woman. So this strong independent woman, she's leading. She doing everything. She driving him everywhere. She cooking, she cleaning, she doing all that. She's leading. So that's why a lot of these men, they want the woman to come in their life and lead, in the sense of they want the woman to shoot her shot. And so men like, oh, if you like me, then come and tell me. You two need to stop worshiping the devil, because this the only number that the thing gets stuck on. And y'all think that's fun out there in Palo Alto. Y'all need to stop playing with the Lord, because y'all know good and well that's the only number that y'all try to have that thing stuck on. is when it get on the devil number. Stop playing with me out there now. In that darn Palo Alto, sitting out there, they ain't gonna hit the pause on the count. Come on now. Out there with that tomfoolery. And so now I literally hear men say, hey, it's okay for a woman to shoot her shot. If you like a man, let him know. And that right there is not, that's not the way to go. Because a woman is the one who the man proposes to. So if you want a man to, if the man is the one supposed to propose, then a woman should not be shooting her shot. A woman should not be coming and paying for the date. A woman should not be telling the man that she likes him and that she want to sleep with him if she wants him to be leading in love, meaning showing love, showing that sacrificial love, being a provider, paying the bills, doing all those things. And so this is why we have this backwardness in society today, is just because of the breakdown in the home. But see, my mindset about it is different because I had my father in the home. So I saw a leader, I saw a provider. So for me, my wife doesn't work, and I wouldn't want her to work unless she want to work. And although she doesn't work, I still get her anything. And I'm always thinking about how can I provide for her. So I was in the airport today, coming home. I popped in the Mac. I went into the Mac store and I said, hey, I want to get my wife some new brushes. And it just my mind thinking like that. The last time I went through the airport, last week or the week before, I think maybe it was last week, I went into the sunglass store and I bought her some Celine sunglasses. And so anytime I'm passing through the airport, I get a for nothing gift because I'm looking, okay, what can I do? On Sunday, I was like, hey, baby, go and log into this account over here and transfer $1,500 to your account. Just, to do whatever you need to do, like just if you want to buy you something. And I'm thinking like that because as a provider man, because I had a father in the home who provided, it sets me in the mindset of catering to my woman, not catering in the sense of just like spoiling, but letting her rest in her femininity and trying to get her to be more feminine in the sense of like, relax, chill, like, calm down. Like let me do what I could do. Let me utilize the gifts that God gave me. But today we got men who they're not thinking about those things because they watch their mother provide. They watch their mother lead the household. They watch their mother stand strong. So they want their wife to work her finger to the bone. They want their wife to be doing like what their mama did, but not realizing is that their mama did that in a lot of cases because the dad was not there, or because of the dynamic between their mother and their father or stepfather, and not realizing that had their mama had a choice and could she just focus 100% on the kids and not have to work, she might have would have chose to do that unless she just loved work. And even then she still would have made a choice. And so we got to understand when you look into history, that's when you start to realize what's going on. Hi, what's the best way to break a soul tie with a male best friend of 10 plus friendship? Don't want to hurt his feelings, but just choosing me. Brittany, set these videos, just kind of go to these playlists, and all you doing to break a soul tie is just getting new knowledge. That new knowledge will start to produce healing, because they say knowledge is power, but really it's applied knowledge that's power. And so when you get this knowledge, you're replacing something that you do not know, something that you thought you knew. And when you get something new, it starts to build new confidence, and it starts to give you the strength to go forward. And we ain't got too much longer. I got to go get dinner for my son here in a little bit. I told him I was going to get us some dinner. By the time he get out of practice, so we don't have to go after practice and get late. We're an hour and a half away from home. It's the things that a parent does. For those of y'all who you don't have kids yet, listen, it's a sacrifice. A guy started following me on IG. Both of our accounts are private, so we had to accept each other. I'm interested in him, but I feel that if he were interested in me, he would have DM'd me. Thoughts? He might be just biding his time. He might just be watching. He might not want to look like a creep. And so, just take your time. And he got to do that. He got to go and add all the women that he liked the little profile picture of just to see. 29, single, never had a boyfriend, dated 67 men in life, never led to a relationship. I'm a virgin, never really discuss it. I do think I'm the problem sometime. Everyone says I'm sensitive. How to fix? You're going to need coaching. We ain't going to be able to fix your health system. 29, virgin, never been in a relationship. We ain't going to be able to fix your health system. So you're going to need to go and get on mymentor.life and do you about 4 to 12 sessions and really just dig deep and talk through that. And you might not be the problem. It might just be that your stance in this society just is not a popular one. And so, don't beat yourself up on it, but learn, get that other outside perspective. I have a huge decision I'm facing. I'm dealing with this guy I think is truly my kingdom spouse, and he does too. We both suffer from extreme trauma, and we're now making Jesus our foundation. Hey, you doing the right thing now. In other words, am I shooting my shot by messaging him first? Yes, you shooting your shot by messaging him first. So don't message the man. Instead, just like one of his posts, because that's just like a message. Just like one of his posts. You can even watch his story. But don't message him now, because when you message him, and it's certain type of men that want you to message them now. It's certain type of men that want you to message him. But don't do that yet. Don't do that. Just because it sends a wrong message. And if you ever message a man, let it be like a question about the business he in, about a post he made. Don't let it be like, hi, how are you? Or hi, are you single? Don't do that. No matter what society's saying, and most men will not tell you the truth, but what it says is you just give a man the upper hand. He knows then that you like him. But what you don't know is if he likes you. So what you do when a woman shoot her shot, she relinquishes her power. Because when you put a man in that driver's seat to know that you like him, he now knows that he can extract from you. He now knows that he can get something from you. Now he knows that because you're interested, that's half the battle. Now he knows that he can talk to you because you're interested, and he could give you this harebrained scheme idea and get an investment from you. Now he knows that he can talk to you, give you some quality time, and he can sleep with you because you have told him, you have shown him that you're into him. That's why a woman should always let a man make the first move, because women have the most to lose. Because when a woman make the first move, and I'm gonna break this down because this old raggedy society is so many women talking about it's okay to shoot your shot, and I'm trying to tell you, you look like a gazelle walking up to a lion. That is, do not do that. Do not do that. Do not let this raggedy society. If you want a man to holler at you, get your body right then. You'll be better off being superficial and going and getting to the place to where you feel comfortable in your body, the way a man jumping out at you before you going to shoot your shot. And a lot of times the women I see saying that, a lot of time when I look at them, it's they tired of waiting on a man to come shoot their shot. But it's like, listen, you're not ready yet. That's why he's not shooting his shot, because you're not working on you. You looking like Who Shot John and forgot to kill him. He's not finna come and shoot no shot. But when you go and shoot your shot, now he know, oh, I don't want her because I seen her over there and I ain't holler at her for a reason, because I don't want her. But now that she done shot her shot, I'm finna go and get a loan off of her. Now that she done shot her shot, he finna go and get some sloppy toppy off for you. Now that you done shot your shot, he finna go and get a free meal off of you, because now you showing him you a strong, independent, bodacious, courageous woman. So now he know you also the type of woman that feel like going Dutch on a date. So now he finna get to eat good for half the price. Now he also know that he finna take you on this little cheap date, and because you trying to prove that you don't need no man, that you finna take him on an expensive date. This how grown boys think, and this is why I try to help women. But anytime I'm trying to help women, it's always a group of women who know it all, and then gonna tell me how a man think, gonna tell me what is manly and what's this and that. I'm like, I'm trying to give you the game now. Never ever, and any woman who say this, you tell her come see me. You tell her come talk to me about why a woman should never shoot her shot blatantly. Watching his story is not shooting a shot. That's just getting position. You just in position so he could see you. Liking his post, that's not shooting your shot. Walking up to a man and asking him if he's single, that's shooting your shot. DMing a man and asking him is he single, that's shooting your shot. Being positioned, that's not shooting your shot. And you got to stop doing that, because men read into that. And a woman has the most to lose. The reason why I say a woman has the most to lose, because the woman is the receiver. So when you shoot your shot, when a woman shoot her shot at a man, now he know he 50% halfway to sleeping with her. Now you receive this man into your body. Now you got a soul tie. Now you got a spiritually transmitted disease. Now you done slept with everybody he done ever slept with. Now you also could have a sexually transmitted disease. Now you also could be pregnant. All this stuff now you could be hooked. Now all this stuff could happen all off a woman shooting her shot. And what I'm trying to tell y'all, this is what I need women to understand. If a man wants you, you going to know. Listen to me. If a man wants you, you are going to know. I don't have no iron in the fire. I ain't got no reason to be trying to tell women how to protect yourself. Because if I was out here playing the game, I'd be telling you to shoot your shot, so the women who might want me would shoot their shot. I'm telling you, a woman shooting her shot, that is disgusting. That is nasty. It make a real man, we throw up in our mouth. Any real man I ever talked to, all of us say it is nasty. It's disgusting, because we're not blind. If a man wants you, he see you. We as men, we see 360 degrees. You know why? Because we shooters, we killers, we snipers. We going to war. We working for the Navy, for the Marines, for the Army. Like, we out here. A man ain't missing nothing. He see you. He don't want you. He do not want you. That's why I try to tell you, you never have to shoot your shot. Oh, well, I know. Well, Coach such and such shot her shot. Coach such and such shot her shot, and now they've been married for 20 years. Okay. God bless her. 50 Cent got shot 9 times and lived. Sometimes things it's exceptions to the rule. But at the same time, too, what I try to tell people is, okay, that could work 1 out of 1,000 times. But that's not going to work the other 999 times. So you might as well go play the lotto. You might as well go down to Palms Casino in Las Vegas and take out your 401k if you think that a woman shooting her shot at a man is going to work. I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you now. Do not shoot your shot at no man. And the last thing our society need is women shooting their shot. Men already weak enough today. Men already lazy enough today. Men already sorry enough today. The last thing a woman need to do is make it easier for a man by going up to him and shooting her shot. That's the last thing a woman need to do. Listen, rest in your feminine. You put yourself together however you want to put yourself together. You stretch your stuff. You be outside, and he is going to see you. If a man does not approach you, it is because he is taken, he does not want you, or he does not have the confidence yet to court a woman. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And a lot of times women say, oh, I shot my shot at her husband. And I'm going to tell you, when I see a woman say she shot her shot at her husband, 50% of the time, I can tell the man like men. And it's like, ma'am, you not a man. You can't even see your husband is feminine. He happy you shot your shot because he needed a cover up. And now you his cover up. Congratulations that you got a down low, brother. Listen, I'm going to tell you, less than 1% of the time when a woman shoot her shot is that relationship authentic and supposed to be. Less than 1% of the time. Listen to what I'm telling you now. And I'll be trying to get y'all the game. But a lot of times you don't want to hear me. And then you want to lump me in with these single men faking like they giving you the game. I'm married. Ain't nothing I could do with you. I ain't got no reason to lie to you.
Hi, I'm Zoe. Welcome to Some Chicken. Can I get a name for the order?
Tony.
Tony? We're going to get started for you today.
Can I have the 3 tenders meal?
Of course. That comes with a sauce and a drink. What would you like?
For the sauce, your signature sauce, what is it called?
This one sauce?
Yes.
Awesome. And to drink with that?
We have a lemonade.
Yeah, lemonade?
Yep.
What else for you today?
And then can I have another one of those?
Yep.
With the sweet red chili.
All right. And to drink with that?
We do a lemonade and sweet tea.
Lemonade and sweet tea. All right.
And that'll be all.
All right. That's going to be $18.17 for the first one. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you. Hey, y'all got to forgive me for ordering a little bit of that good in front of y'all. Got to feed my son though. And see, that's why I try to tell y'all, sometimes y'all vegans, you can't do all that.
Hi, Tony.
Yes. Because sometimes you got to be, on the road as an athlete, dad, sometimes you got to eat what's close to you.
All right. Would you like your receipt?
No, thank you. All right, thank you. All right, you too. So listen to me. See, this is the thing. What I'm trying to tell you is society gonna have us doing all kind of tomfoolery. Okay, society will have you out here looking like who shot John and forgot to kill him. Society will have you looking a mess. But what I try to tell y'all, especially when I'm talking to men, I'm talking as a brother. When I'm talking to women, I'm talking as a brother. I'm trying to tell you as a brother in Christ. Now, even if you in Prophet Muhammad, I'm still your brother in Christ, even if you Muslim. But I'm trying to give you the game to save you. Because, okay, I understand Sister Erlene shot her shot at her man. And they've been married 30 years at your church. Okay, God bless you. Yes. Thank you. Uh-oh. Can you make sure the top on that one?
Yeah, this top.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. So listen to me. That's why you see Sister Earlene got Brother John in that chokehold. He can't do nothing. He can't walk standing up straight. Why? Because she went over there and went up to him. Hey, Playboy, you got your old lady? No. What, you want to be my old lady? Yeah. Thank you very much. All right, you too. What, you want to be my old lady? Yeah, I want to be your old lady. Okay, so that's why Sister Earlene got that man, and they've been married 30 years. Because he wanted him a man, and couldn't find him no man in the Bible Belt, because that's not allowed. So he got Sister Earlene, but he at home on that phone watching Tom, Dick, and Harry on that phone. And then he gonna join the choir because he know that choir director swing a little something. So him and the choir director on the choir tour, all chummy. And Sister Earlene don't even know her man like men. And that's why I try to tell y'all, when I tell you about a man, I done played all the games. When I tell you about a man, you could take that to the bank. The craziest thing to me, I was on a podcast the other day talking about men. I'm talking about men, and women in the comments, that's not how men think. He's speaking from his own personal experience. It's like, it's only two types of men: grown boys and grown men. That's it. It's like, you ain't got to be a rocket scientist. And the men who be in the comments, that's just one man. You know why they say that? Because they know that women crazy enough to believe that. They know it's women already who believe that. So they just add to it because they know I ain't telling no lie. But when I meet that same man in person, he say, boy, you be telling the truth on that line, boy. Boy, I ain't never seen you tell no lie. I ain't never met a man that say, Tony, you be online lying. Never. Because I know the game. When I'm giving you the game, you be better off listening. And if you confused, then talk to me one-on-one and tell me your whole situation. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. I done had women get off the phone with me mad. Get off the phone with me mad. And call me back a year later and say, Tony, everything you told me was right. I just had a client yesterday who was talking to me, and what she was telling me about her man sounded very convincing. I say, listen, I don't think it's that. I think it's this. She wrote me today and say, Tony, you was right. It was exactly what you said. Listen, if I don't know, I'm going to say I don't know. If I don't know, I'm going to say I don't know. But the reason why I speak in exact is because I only say what I know. I don't talk about what I don't know. And when I say what I know, that means I done seen thousands of scenarios to confirm what I know. Thousands of scenarios. I ain't going to give you no hypothetical. I'm not going to make nothing up. So that's what I'm trying to tell you right now. The devil is busy. And what the devil trying to do, he trying to get men and women to take a stupid pill. Men losing their mind and women losing their mind. And women out here, it's a lot of women today being turned over to a reprobate mind right after the men being turned over to a reprobate mind. And you pay attention to it. That you literally, I could say something that make more sense than snow in Antarctica. I could say something that make more sense than snow in Antarctica, and you gonna see hundreds of people arguing with me, arguing about the truth. Gonna sit there and debate now. Don't have no database, don't have no experience outside of their friend group, and will sit there and argue. They will argue just for the sake of arguing. When I'm in the trenches all day long, I'm doing this all day long. I'm studying relationships all day long. And somebody who done had 1 or 2 relationships and got 2 friends, 3 friends, and a couple co-workers will argue me down. Oh, I don't agree with that. I'm like, listen, if I'm telling you this, I ain't pulling this out my behind. I got thousands of case studies. Thousands of case studies. I still got an email. Y'all know my email, inbox@TonyGasser.com. I got over 2,000 unread case studies in that email. Still left after going through them every single day. Listen, my database of love and relationships and what I'm telling you and what work and don't work is no different than a scientist doing studies in the field. But what you have to realize is I'm doing studies in the field based on hundreds of thousands of people that's reaching out to me. There's not a lot of scientists that got the data of hundreds of thousands of people. They might have a test group of 100 people, and they take a theory and turn it into law and disseminate it across the whole world, and we believe it like it's the Bible. And they literally studied 100 people. I'm hearing from thousands of people, and then I'm extracting what works and what don't work, and I'm bringing you the majority. I ain't bringing you the minority. I'm bringing you the majority. And then here you go, Griselda. Well, a lady in my church shot her shot and slept with her husband on the first night. And she actually swallowed his kids. And they've been married 57 years. So what are you talking about? I'd be like, oh my good. I said, you know what? I'm about to give up. I'm about to say, you know what? Okay, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot at Tanya. That he called himself Anthony. But in that bathroom, he be Tanya. Go on, shoot your shot. Go right ahead. And then when you wake up itching, don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I ain't try to warn you when you wake up itching. And I'm trying to tell y'all, stop thinking that sex is casual. Stop getting on your bike. Ladies, stop shooting your shot. Men, stop playing with God's daughter. Because I'm trying to tell you, there's a price to pay. There's a price to pay. You cannot go out here playing with your life. You got to take this thing serious. You have got to take this thing serious because it's getting real out here. It's getting real out here. So I want you to understand this now. Y'all got to forgive me. I couldn't take no question. And shout out to Caramel Kiss. God bless you. Couldn't take no question. I was driving. Look at that. I done went and got that food. Now, I want y'all to understand, too, just watching this. I'm on here doing this live, and I was driving, and when it got me and my son something to eat, he don't get out of practice in 20 more minutes. I ain't know that drive-through was going to be that fast. I would have waited a little bit. So I like to eat my food hot. He'll eat food freezing cold. I said, boy, you act like you out the trenches, boy. You ain't had a rough day in your life. I don't know how you eat your food cold, but I can't do that. And so listen to me. But this is what fathers do as well. Because this practice an hour and a half from where we live. And that's why I had to invest in this mobile office. so that I could work like this, because I'm on the internet and I'm on the laptop. So a lot of times people are like, oh, Tony, you just bragging. Oh, you just bragging. No, I'm just sharing my life. That's all I'm doing. If you take that as bragging, that means you insecure. And Deion Sanders stole my quote. Don't let my confidence offend your insecurity. I had to go back and Google and seen all the tweets that I was tweeting in that same little thing. And Deion followed me. I say, now we saying the same thing now. And so listen, this what I want y'all to understand. The enemy know if men and women are against each other, it could literally end the human race. But that spirit is working overtime in the black community. It's so sad. Now listen. YouTube need to, on my thumbnail, they need to have this quote up right here. What Andrea put up there. And forgive me if it's pronounced the other way. But this right here, I might condense it and raise some money for billboards all throughout Atlanta, LA, Chicago, St. Louis, Indianapolis, and put this on a billboard. Because this right here is an entire sermon. And every pastor that's watching this, your next sermon need to be about this. If you're a black pastor, your next sermon need to be about the division in the body. Because what the adversary knows is that if he can divide, he can conquer. But see, this is the thing. We got so many fake Christians and so many fake believers, so many people saying the name of God, but living the opposite of how God tells us to live, that it is becoming dangerous. Because people are saying the name of God and drawing in people who respond to that name. But then they're living and teaching and representing a message that is contrary to the word of God. So then they are confusing the people and they leading people astray. And this is what we have to stop doing. I would rather a person never say the name of God than to say the name of God and then not represent God in the way that God needs and deserves to be represented. We will be better off not saying the name. But we're living in a society where everybody is playing, so many people with a platform playing with the Lord. And so what's happening is we don't have enough people talking about the real deal. And this right here, this is what I want to tell you. Is so many people who have a podcast who do not have principles. It's so many people who have a voice who do not have a belief system, who do not have real standards, real morals, and real values. And these people are the loudest. And what I'm about to rebuke right now, in the name of Jesus, I am rebuking the spirit of fear out of every believer. And I'm rebuking the spirit of complacency out of every believer. I'm rebuking the spirit of hiding out of every believer. When I tell you, I cannot tell you how many times I have got on the phone with a client and heard a client say, it just happened again today, heard a client, and I say the same thing. That's why I'm rebuking it out of me too. For those of y'all that seen the podcast I was just on, what did I say on there? I say I don't like promoting myself. I write books and I don't promote it. When I see somebody who can't even spell, write a book and do a world tour, don't know the difference between there, and will do a world tour. And I'm just sitting there like, Lord, please, Lord, give me just a little bit of that confidence to get out here and promote myself. And what the Lord telling me is, son, you gonna serve or you gonna die. You gonna die. Your purpose gonna be given away if you ain't gonna speak up. So y'all might mess around and see me when I get my office set up. Y'all might mess around and see me too much, because the voices of the adversary are too loud right now. They too loud, way too loud, making way too much noise. And so what I'm seeing is so many men with backwards messages. And I'm going to tell you what's the sad thing about it. The sad thing about it is men that we think are leaders. I see a lot of men that I thought was a leader in the likes of a toxic masculinity post. And then I seen a man today talking about toxic masculinity was made by a gay white man, as if it don't exist. Toxic masculinity exists. And the man who's sitting there talking struck me as feminine. I'm like, well, brother, you ain't really coming off all that masculine. But I'm like, so what are we talking about? So it's what I'm seeing is so many butt-hurt men that they butt hurt so bad they talking out they behind to get a little relief. And then I'm seeing so many lost women who are trauma blinded, that is running off at the mouth. Butt-hurt men and trauma blinded women running off at the mouth on podcasts, giving us a blueprint for destruction. And the message goes the same way. The message goes the same way. The men is telling the women to compromise their self-respect, their standards, and their righteous mind. And the women are telling the women the same thing. So now women are worshiping what they call a alpha male, but do not know what an alpha male is, or what they call a sigma male, but do not know what no sigma male is. And what they are describing is a grown boy. It's a guy named Andrew Tate that is a hurt boy in a man's body. And but he's loud. And there are so many men who have bowed down to him. There are women who are, because of a woman being a nurturer, there are women who empathize with him and feel like he makes sense and think he's telling the truth. But see, this is what I could see though, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. When I look at somebody, what I know is that the world treats us how it sees us. So the world has constructs. And when you fit outside, when you don't fit in that construct, you are ostracized. You alienated. And it makes a person go to the villainous side out of anger, because they've been overlooked and they've been mistreated. So I could tell, okay, if a man not 40 and he'd have lost all of his hair, that's going to affect a lot of men. If a man ears sit too far off the side of their head, see, I got pointy ears. and my wife and them, they make fun of me. I look like a Doberman Pinscher, a satellite dish or elf, but it don't bother me. It don't bother me. I'm losing my hair. I get hair fiber sprayed on. I don't let it bother me to where it affect the way I act. But I'm seeing so many men who were overlooked by women. They were seen as their ears. People was calling them Dumbo, calling them satellite dish, telling them to change the cable station with their ears, telling them to get the signal for the classroom TV, telling them to fly away. People were picking on their head. People or they was raised in poverty. People picking on their shoes. What is those? The Nike Dirts. I thought we wearing Nike Airs. You wearing Nike Dirts. They getting picked on. What is those? Those ain't Jordans. Those Portons. They just they making up all kind of stuff. And the kid, the boy run home crying. And my heart go out to him. And I used to befriend these boys. I used to befriend them because I go to this school. It's like, man, y'all finna make this man come in here with that No, hey, come on over here, playboy. Hey, sit down at my table, man. Sit down at my table, man. Hey, what's going on with you? How you doing? Hey, I used to have to tell my homeboy, man, stop, man, leave this man alone. This man ain't got nothing, and you come to school every day and punch this man in the eye. For what? What is you doing, man? This man finna come in here and take all us out. So the men who survived that and they did not go to their school and do that, they got a podcast today. And it's some of the most damaging stuff you ever gonna hear if you thinking of it with an analytical mind. If you're really processing what you're listening to, it's dangerous. I'm telling you, it's dangerous. This stuff is dangerous because women will believe what they told. So when it comes to speaking life to a woman, you could speak life over a woman or you could speak death over a woman, and most women gonna believe what they told. Life or death is in the power of the tongue. And so if a woman go and she feeling alienated, she feeling overlooked, and then she go and listen to this man who he's been alienated, he's been overlooked, now she can hear him. She could hear him because they speak in the same language. So now she empathizes with this man. And she started to say, oh, he's making sense. Oh, he's making sense. And then when she agrees with him and she make a video, now all of the overlooking that she has suffered in her life, she's now being seen by men who were alienated and ostracized and overlooked. Now she's being seen, and now she feels a sense of purpose. So she starts to carry the message of the red pill men, of the alpha male strategy men, of the MGTOW men. This woman is empathizing with these men who could not get a girlfriend, could not get a girl to go with him to the middle school dance, who could not get the star cheerleader in high school, who got overlooked, and then he started a business and became successful. And now so many women want him because he can provide a lifestyle, and he's upset about that. Because just like I said on that podcast, you got to go to the person. You got to ask yourself, would this person have liked my personality in the 8th grade, in the 10th grade, when I was at my purest form, truly me? If I was nerdy, if I was lame, corny, if I was weird, if I was cool, if I was mean, if I was nice, would this person have liked my personality in its purest form? And a lot of times the answer is no. So today what we have is we have the voiceless. Those who were voiceless now have a voice, but most are speaking from hurt. They're speaking from hurt and they're speaking from pain. And so that's why these men are popping up. And see, the thing about it is, when a man comes to a certain age, he learned aesthetics. So he learns how to dress. He learns how to present masculine. He learns how to present stoic. He learns how to present confident. But when he was in middle school and high school, he was insecure. He was hurting. He was lost. He was too tall, or he was too skinny, or he was too big. He was too poor. He stuttered too much. He smelled, or he couldn't dress. He had something that was off, something that made him be ostracized or get picked on. But then, where his long legs were not in style, in the 6th grade, in the 7th grade, at 25, them long legs paying off. Now he's 6 foot, 6'2", 6'4", 6'6". Now every woman want him. Now the man who was the man, who was 5'10" in high school and never grew past 5'10", now that man being overlooked because he 5'10". And now Daddy Long Legs, Grasshopper, Stilts, who used to get picked on, now he him. Now he him. But he ain't forgot how y'all treated him in middle school. He ain't forgot how y'all had all the jokes in middle school. So now as a 25-year-old, 30-year-old, 35-year-old, he want revenge. So now he get that microphone in his face, and now he finna dog some women out. Now he finna tell you, get on your bike. Now he finna tell you, pay for half of this meal. Now he finna tell you, pay for the meal sometime. Now he finna tell you, you ain't worth nothing. You ain't got no value. You don't bring nothing to the table. What can you bring to the table other than sex? What can you do that I can't buy? Now he finna give you a piece of his mind because he done grew into himself. Now he know that he can hide behind a beard. Now he know he can hide behind fake masculinity. Now he know he can hide behind that height. Now he know he can hide behind them locks. Now he know he can hide behind something. So now he got all the air in the chest. And so the women who was picked on, who had bad acne in middle school, who was redheaded and was treated like a redhead stepchild, who had freckles, who was too skinny or too big or too tall or too short. Now a lot of those women who was hurt, they start to hear this man because they could hear his pain. They're not paying attention to the how damaging the message is, but they could hear his pain. They know that this is a scared boy in a man's body. They know that he's projecting. They know that he's hurting. They know that he's lost. They know he got a lot of childhood trauma. They know it. Because pain, no pain. So now they start to empathize with the man. So now women give a platform to broken men with a damaging message. Inadvertently. It's the nurturing nature of a woman. She want to nurse this man to health. She want to nurse him to confidence. She want to nurse him to strength. She want to nurse him to peace and happiness. She want to nurse him. So because she want to nurse him, she listen to his message, retweet his message, share his message, stitch his message. Oh, he got a point. He has a point. What exactly value do we have as women? Because what exactly do we do that can't be paid for? We cook, we clean, we have sex, but he can get a prostitute for sex. He can get a maid for cooking. He can get he get a maid for cleaning. He can get a chef for cooking. Ma'am, you could have a whole baby. Ma'am, you carry a whole baby. Ma'am, you push a whole baby out, or you get your whole stomach slit from side to side for the baby to be taken out. Ma'am, you breastfeed the baby. Ma'am, you go through postpartum. Ma'am, when you having the baby, it's the closest a human come to death and still live. Ma'am, you bleed for 5 to 7 days a month and don't die. Ma'am, what do you mean that I could pay for everything a woman can do? No, I cannot. Ma'am, this man who is telling you that you owe him sex because he took you to Capitol Grill cannot afford a surrogate. Ma'am, that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. Ma'am, he don't have that kind of money, ma'am. So yes, you bring something, and even if you can't have kids, ma'am, God natured you to be a nurturer. He can't buy that. Cause a nanny ain't gonna care about his child. That come out that he had to go get done in a petri dish because he didn't want no woman. So now these broken and hurting men have women questioning their worth and questioning their value. And then the women will go out, and oftentimes what the adversary gonna use, now sometimes he gonna use the woman next door. But what I'm seeing today is the devil using a lot of beautiful women that sound like a box of rocks. The devil using a lot of beautiful women that sound like a box of rocks. He using a lot of debonair men that sound like a box of rocks. And the reason why he using these people is because the adversary know that we are insecure and we look up to people who we think look better than us, or dress better than us, or got more money than us. And now they trying to say that this man getting framed, that the man Andrew Tate getting framed for his message. That message ain't powerful. That message ain't powerful. That message ain't earth-shattering. You think a whole government finna conspire over a internet talking head? No. You got to be in criminal activity for these people to waste their resources. These people wasting a lot of resources. But it's so many minions who have been turned over to their pain, turned over to their insecurity, that they will sit and vouch for somebody that they don't even know, who is being accused of heinous crimes, but they'll empathize because it's all from a trauma club. It's all from a trauma club. And when these folks hear me talking, they know I'm talking. They know I'm talking. Because every spirit of the adversary recognizes a spirit from God. When the spirit of the adversary hears a spirit from God talking, it recognizes it. And it know it ain't lying. Pain, no pain, because I done had pain. But I done been renewed and I done been redeemed. And when you renewed and you redeem, then you able to make a difference. Now your message change. Your message change. And that's what I'm trying to get these people to understand. Stop operating from your pain. Stop wallowing in your trauma. Stop wallowing in your pain. Stop wallowing in your mess. Stop doing that and start healing. And start speaking from a place of healing. Because we need you to be healed. We need you to be whole. We need you to see the light. We need you to stop promoting messages of division. We need you to stop promoting messages of fornication, of adultery, of polygamy, of polygyny. And we need you to promote a message where a man and woman comes together and loves each other. And if they can reproduce, they reproduce. And if they can't, they adopt and they raise the next generation of productive citizens. with morals and values and standards. That's what we need. We do not need division and pain and trauma sitting on couches with a mic in your face, arguing back and forth between the sexes about what a woman need to do for a man and what a man need to do for a woman, and only seeing one side and always talking about, oh, that go both ways, instead of understanding about how can we meet in the middle. How can we create a win-win, not a lose-win, but a win-win, not a win-lose, but a win-win. It takes healing. It takes wholeness. It takes something different to get to this place to where we can speak on and do what need to be done. So listen, get this in your spirit now. Get this in your spirit. And when we get this in our spirit, the world gonna change. Because it's time that we start living right, doing right, pursuing more, pursuing better. We got to stop arguing. And we got to hold each other accountable, but in a win-win situation. Go look at any message that's for one gender. And when you go in the comments, you're going to hear a bunch of people talking about, oh, this go both ways. Oh, talk to the other gender. No. Sit and hear who this here for. Because I guarantee you, it's another message for the other gender. Sit and hear who this is for and stop pointing the blame. Stop worrying about what the other gender getting and get what's for you. Hear what you need to hear and make the changes you need to make. Point blank, period. When we do that, stuff start to change, but we can't do that. We want to sit and point the blame. And we want to, what we need to start doing as humans is we need to start seeing the value. We need to start seeing the value. God bless you. Shatoria, God bless you. Your mama them got creative. We need to start seeing the value in the other gender. Instead of just looking at our value and thinking about what we bring to the table, we need to start looking and seeing. So what I try to do as a man, I try to see what a woman go through. What a woman go through. And what a woman ought to do is see what a man go through. And instead of us just preaching for ourselves, we need to find a way to meet in the middle, but without putting ourselves down. So what we have is we have a lot of men with a podcast putting women down and setting the situation up for them to win. And then we have women with a podcast putting men down and setting the situation up for them to win. Or we have men that's putting men down and lifting up women, but for the men to lose. When you go through my videos, you're going to see that I call it both ways. Now, one thing you're going to notice now, because there's a lot of women on my channel, is that when the message for the woman, a lot of women can't handle it. A lot of women get in their feelings. And them very women love and be all clapping when the message is telling the man to grow up. But when the message go to telling the woman to grow up, boy, look here. It be so men and women mad with that. No, we need to look in the mirror. It got to go both ways. Hey, but practice should be about over. So God bless y'all. Let me go and get into here food before I got to drive. God bless you. If you're not in the growth group, and Caramel, God bless you. I sure appreciate you. Make sure y'all go to TonyGassonAcademy.com and you'll see a growth club. We're going to have monthly coaching sessions on all different kind of topics. So it ain't going to just be one topic. Gonna be all kind of topics, bonus sessions, a session every month. Michelle, God bless you. But then all kind of topics. You'll see it right there's the first course called the Growth Club. And this is for a group of like-minded people that's coming together, that's building with each other, building, encouraging, inspiring each other, teaching each other, helping each other. And so we'll be a group that's we only strong together. But that's where the realness gonna be at. So hey, God bless you. And we're gonna talk soon. Son got on in here, so we about to get on out of here. God bless y'all. Son got your food up here.